Hey guys, I'm Danielle Prewett, and today I want to share a new recipe for cooking with one of my favorite cuts, which is the heart. So if you're out in the field or camping and you have a successful hunt, I know that you have minimal amount of ingredients on you, so I developed a super simple recipe that has really big flavors. It's a venison heart coated with a coffee rub and served with a whiskey butter pan sauce. Most of the ingredients in the coffee rub are something you might already have in your camping pack or hunting pack. It's just coffee, a little brown sugar, salt, and pepper. If you're making this in advance, I like to add a little extra thyme. Those herbs add a little bit more savoriness to the recipe. And you'll just grab a few pinches and sprinkle it over the meat. You can give it a nice healthy portion, and then you'll flip it over and do the other side. If you notice that my heart is already cut into two different pieces, basically I took the heart, split it open, and laid it flat. If you need some instructions on how to do that or how to trim the heart, there's a video you can watch on YouTube through the MeatEater channels on how to clean a heart. All right, so the next step after our meat is seasoned is that we need to get a pan really hot. You want to add the pan to the fire, and once the pan is hot, then you're going to drizzle enough oil, use something with a high smoke point, into the pan so that you can coat the bottom of the surface. And then you're going to lay each piece of meat down. Now, because the meat are two different thicknesses, one is going to be really thin and one's going to be much thicker, they're going to cook at different rates. So just be conscious of that and make sure that you flip the skinnier piece before, maybe 1 to 2 minutes max per side, and then the thicker piece might take 2 to 3 minutes per side. You notice that your pan's not quite hot and it's not getting quite as much browning action, you can always put it directly on the heat. If you notice it's getting too hot and you're worried about it burning before cooking all the way through, just slide it off the heat. If you don't have a big grill grate to move it around, have a shovel so that you can move coals to the side or directly under so that you can adjust the heat to what you need. You want to make sure that the meat is still just a little pink in the middle, sort of the way that you would eat a steak. After you've removed the steaks from the pan, you're going to deglaze it, which means adding some liquid to scrape up all the fond or the little cracklings left over from the cooked meat and the seasonings that are stuck at the bottom of the pan. And you'll just pour in maybe 2 tablespoons worth and let it lift everything off the pan. And then you're going to add about 2 tablespoons of butter. I like to swirl it in and shake the pan around as it melts so that you're sort of emulsifying those 2 ingredients. And don't overcook it. You don't want to brown the butter because the oil and the milk fat will separate and you won't get a nice emulsified sauce. So shake it around, and just when the butter is melted, then you'll just pour it over the meat and serve it. I reserved a little bit of this coffee rub, and I just like to add a couple sprinkles to season the whiskey butter sauce. Once you start to notice that it's emulsified, I like to take it off the heat before you brown the butter and separate the fat from the milk solids. And then just pour it over the meat. All right, so here it is. Celebrate a successful hunt with a coffee rubbed venison heart served with a whiskey butter pan sauce.